Film. Y'all go back there. He runs the Urban Action.
Yeah.
So we the ones behind that whole call to action thing. No, showing their support. Look real good in your sweats. We want to give you a brief introduction, and Mr. Jeff's gonna go through some stuff, and then we're gonna follow up with a closeout. As we see Point MMA growing, without these people, Mr. PK, who's also the head of AAU, without him, we wouldn't be able to be traveling. Eventually, through his help and all the things we're doing, Point MMA Crazy Athletics will be becoming an AAU sport. And we're doing a lot of other things. We're creating sports festivals all over the country. He could talk a little bit more about that. If he wants to say something right now, he can.
We start to formulate how we're going to expand Point MMA, that you guys will be crucial. You'll be leading the charge. It's important that as we try to determine what direction Point MMA is going, that you guys keep learning, keep developing, keep building your skill, because you will be representing Master Bam and Master Kimber. And I say congratulations to you. You are the foundation of what they're trying to build, and I salute you.
And he's pretty modest. He's the president of Hoop It Up Basketball all over the world, men's basketball, NBA players. He was going to do a big event here because the NBA All-Star Game is coming here next month at Madison Square Garden. He was working on that, so he's a little modest, man. He's the man. I'm glad he let me hang out with him. All right? And then we got my heroes. I mean, without them, also where Point MMA is going from a school ownership, it's good to have other people on the team that take some responsibility, where we don't get beat up all the time. Now we have our vice president of Point MMA, Master Perez. So without creation, but without another, it's so awesome to have somebody that hustles like me. He ain't getting up early as me, but he hustles. He hustles. I mean, he's just out there hustling. He loves the program. He also have incredible martial arts schools up here in New Jersey. His wife also on board, her and Miss Kimber, handling the back end, because without them young ladies, the guys couldn't really achieve anything. And he got his crew right there. So Master Perez, our new vice president of Point MMA, you gotta say something though.
Okay, great. Well, I'm really excited. First of all, really honored to be in this position, Bam, because I understand, the history and the legend that goes behind the name of Bam, and to be able to be next to him is an honor. So I salute you for that, sir, and I appreciate the opportunity. And the next thing after that is to really expand Point MMA. That's my goal. I work hard in what I do, and I'm looking to, start this trend, that we're going to have this everywhere. You see what I'm saying? And here today, you guys are starting on something, a new venture that eventually one day is going to be one of the biggest, tournaments that is going to be around. So, you got to keep working hard, you got to train hard, you got to show yourself at these big events. I'm bringing my team here today too as well. And hopefully, as time goes on, we're going to work hard and we're going to share this awesome, new point sparring event that we can have throughout, the world. And, it starts somewhere, just like every other major tournament, UFC, all these other events that you see out there today that are really big. It starts small, but with a couple good people that are, hardworking, dedicated to what they love and believe in, you're going to see it be accomplished. Is that right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
We, of course, we know Mr. Jeff, out of all my black belts, Mr. Green, Mr. Jeff, Mr. Bell, everybody have a unique position within my life. I can call them regardless of what's going on. They'll be there and never hold it against me. Even Mr. Glover, who been with me since I was a bad person to a good person, and he still calls me Master Bam. That says a lot about your character, when people respect you when you're down and respect you when you're up. And when you guys did that assignment that we put you through, one, I wanted to say thank you, because I want you to be more than an athlete. I want you to be a smart, intelligent person. They say you put it in a book. You want to keep a person stupid and dumb, put it in a book, they ain't gonna read. You want to be a new age. You want to read, you want to research, you want to study, and you want to add your own twist to it. That's what makes you greater than just a kick or a punch. And Mr. Jeff was reading, I got him to read something this morning in one of my reflection books from Joe Osteen, and he's comparing it to something in a new magazine, a Black Belt magazine article. So I give you Mr. Jeff. Let's give Mr. Jeff a hand here. It's your floor, whatever you want to do. You
Like you
look
said,
real
this
fresh
is
from
from,
sweats.
thank you, sir. Like you said, this is from Joel Osteen. I won't read it to you, but it's a quick paragraph basically talking about people that are incarcerated, saying that they have no hope, there's nothing left for them, and just their spirit just immediately declines. And I think the parallel to that, to everyday life, none of us intend to go to prison, obviously, but we feel, sometimes we get locked on our emotions and we put limits on ourselves where we think we can only reach one plateau, and once we get there, we're not going to do anything else. And we don't set high goals for ourselves. As Master Perez and Professor Bam were just talking about, Point MMA is a new thing. We can't kind of settle for what we've done so far. We have to elevate things. And there's a comparison to that in this month's, the latest Black Belt magazine. If anyone recognizes him, that's Professor Bam right here. There's an article about him. And it's basically talking about, the comparison is, in prison, people feel like they have no hope. They're locked into just what they have. In this article talking about Professor Bam's life, he came up in Baltimore, went through a lot of struggles, poverty, abuse, different things like that. As a kid, a very close parallel to what is talking about in prison, he felt like he had no hope. His escape was to go to movie theaters and watch Bruce Lee movies. That's where the whole, as a 6-year-old kid, that's where this all started. Like Master Perez said, big things start from small steps. That's where it all started. He started watching Kung Fu movies with Bruce Lee and just ignited a passion. That's what he wanted to do. So he took every opportunity he could. Every magazine he would find, he would read it cover to cover, study it, just really internalize it till he knew every single thing about it. Every movie he watched, he tried to emulate it, recreate every move. And then he started to incorporate some of the stuff he did on the street, like gymnastics and things like that. And that's where it gets exciting, is that he kind of went beyond what he was seeing, and he was making it his own expression. And I think that's the lesson that you guys need to take from what you're doing here today. Obviously have fun, have a great time today, but just have fun. Don't let all the people around overwhelm you or intimidate you, or that, if you're competing against someone you don't know or aren't familiar with, or feel like that person's better, just have fun. Basically, you're just looking to express yourself. You all have worked really hard to get where you are. We all have, as the back end for trying to make Point MMA bigger, but you guys as competitors and students of Point MMA, you're trying to make it better. And just have fun, and just do what you love doing. You came to this because you love it, and you stay with it because you love it. So just keep on doing what you're doing, and just don't set any boundaries for yourself in anything you do, whether it's your math, spelling, history lessons, Point MMA, martial arts, anything you do. Always believe that you can be the best that there is in that. Okay?
And I add to that, the assignment and things, one, you guys got a lot to be grateful for. And a lot of times I get like teary-eyed, because if my mom could see all the things that I do, I know she would be really happy. But she died before she got a chance to see this. So I know she sees it somewhere else. But for every parent that's out there to be a part of your kid's development, that's important. It's not about your goal. It's not about what you're trying to get. It's about what they're trying to get. It's all about them. My kids are the most important thing in the world, and that's what they're the ones that made me turn my life around, my son Marco. And without him, I would not be here right now. He set the seed for all of my other kids, and that's what I live my life for. So when we come here, I want to see you guys, and even my students. I don't live my life for these guys to be like me. I want you to be better than me. I want you to go out there and have a good time. If a kid in the hood can use his creativity to get to where he's at right now, what about when you go out there today and use your creativity? The real champion is the one that's able to get through it when you lose. But we don't lose. If we're humble enough and we shake hands and we hug someone, real champions, even in the midst of defeat, they hug real hard, because I'm saying, man, that was a great job, man, but I'm going to get you next time. That's what Point MMA trying to bring back to the martial arts industry. And I know Master Perez, who runs the martial arts school, would attest to that. We're trying to bring back core, martial arts that sometimes a contract gets away from. It takes it away, because you're just letting people go through the ranks. It ain't happening no more. Bruce Lee came, he said he's going to clean up the classical mess. So we're cleaning up the classical mess. We're going to make sure that everybody graduates from what we're doing as a young man or a young lady. You can walk in the world and have confidence and do whatever you want to do. And so today when we're here, just have a good time, man. Be appreciative for your parents coming out. And I still say that again, man. I wish my parents never got a chance to even get on the bus to see anything that I did. None of that. So every time I do this in honor of my mom and my dad, so they can be able to see that regardless, even if you came from the hood and you was on welfare, you still plant the seeds for me to become the man who I am today. And we don't want to lose sight of that. I mean, even some of the parents, when we talked about those assignments, just to read some of your words, man, you know, it just brought tears to my eyes. And I was telling my wife, I mean, we can't do none of this without any of you guys. So sometimes maybe my methods might be a little crazy, but that's because I lack confidence in what I'm trying to do too. If you knew that, you know, if you're trying to do something creative, you knew that in order to hit this guy with a sidekick, you was going to get hit 3 times before you hit him, would you do it? No. So you got to fake it till you make it. You got to fake it like it don't matter, hoping that you get lucky to get in, and that's life. And that's how I approach things. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to second guess it. I just want to do it, and I want to have fun. And whatever happens on the other side, man, we okay. Look at you guys. I mean, everybody stand up. Look at you. Look at you. I mean, you walk in, you're the most professional group of people that is walking around in this place right now. And you take, hey, you gonna stand up? You gonna stand up? Thank you, sir. See, so it even starts at that age, man. So let's have a good time. Let's go out there and do your best. It don't matter. You already won because you show up. You showed up. And the same thing goes for the parents. And I say thank you for everybody that's present. The real master, do you want to close?
I just
She
want
is
to
the real
say
master.
something in regards to those assignments that Professor Bam threw and gave you guys like
You
a
said that.
48-hour turnaround on. That's going to be life. Life is going to throw you curveballs all day. Who is going to be the cream and rise to the top? And who was just going to defeat the odds? And how are you guys going to come together as a team? If somebody didn't have a printer, can they call their brother or sister teammate and say, hey, can you print this and deliver it for me? Or Mr. Reese came and got their fax number and was sharing. So those is what he was looking for in the midst of putting the pressure on you on such short notice. And life is going to do that. And I mean, if you follow us on Facebook, you know Professor Bam and I are, you know, we don't eat meat and stuff anymore, and we're only eating some fish and lots of veggies and fruits. And it wasn't just physical fitness, it was for like the first 3 days we did like all natural like cleanse, like with a raw consumption. And we didn't do it like just for the physical fitness aspect, but we did it for the cleanse. And like I can honestly tell you, I felt like free, lifted, and happier once I got through that cleanse. Not because it was hard, but I just felt different. And then now I'm just on a path of being like really focused. So when those curveballs come, so you can imagine it's generally just hard to eat healthy on the go. So now try to eat healthy on the go, and you can't eat meat, turkey, or even chicken, you know, so it's even harder for us. Then today, where was I at 5 o'clock this morning, Mr. Jeff?
Running on the treadmill, man.
But if you look at my Facebook post, dude, I had 2 opposite tennis shoes. They didn't even match. And I was like, I can't let it stop me. I know where I want to go. And if I get on that treadmill, then I know my team will have a successful day. So at that point, I could have just said, forget it. I had 2 different shoes. I ain't going to do it. They probably feel different when I'm around. I could have made up every excuse in the book, or I could have made up every excuse in the book to get a fish sandwich somewhere, you know, and cop out or whatever. But I didn't, because if you look on there, I said this one is for my boys and my team, because, and I took a picture of my odd shoes and put it on there, because life will throw you curveballs. It will purposely make you want to be defeated. But you can't. No matter what happens, you can't be defeated. And then the other day, Professor Bam was like, oh, Master Kimber, you're going to go in the next black belt testing cycle. And I was like, oh, okay, no problem. I said, hey, I'm already on the eating plan anyway. He said, oh, but it's for Tai Chi. My little heart just went, womp, womp. Like, I don't get to hit pads or nothing. I got to be like zen. So that is going to be extremely hard for me. I mean, if you ever see me in the cycle, I get to break boards for you guys. I get to hit stuff. I get to do battle ropes and tire flipping with Mr. Jeff on my back. This time I gotta be all